Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Henley and Lori Wilson.
So Tim is at that show. Fantastic ideas for your home, but what if your love life needs a little boost, needs a little makeover? Well, I'm excited to tell you that Dr. Dan Monti is here right now, and he's all about helping make your great life makeover. He's here to tell us how. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Who needs a makeover? Who needs a great life makeover? What is it?
Well, the book is really targeted for those middle decades as we get close to 40, getting a little bit older than some of our studio audience today, but very pertinent to many of our viewing audience. Into the 40s, 50s, 60s, there's these changes that occur.
Of course.
Such as decreased circulating sex hormones, body distribution changes, and they all manifest themselves in the three hot button issues of mood, weight, and sexual function.
Interesting.
And these things are all very interrelated.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that it's true that when they talk about you're over the hill at 40, like there's a reason why people say that.
Yes.
And that's because the body naturally changes.
That's right.
But you have some ways to actually bring us back.
But this doesn't have to be the daunting, negative thing that people sometimes perceive it to be. Right, it gets a bad rap, and it doesn't have to, because we now know a lot more than we knew even 10 years ago.
Yes.
And so this Great Life Makeover book is really a spin-off of our Great Life program at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital, where we've been working with individuals and couples for years, helping them navigate these middle years so that they really are the best years.
All right, well, as someone who's in the middle years, Dan, where do we begin if we need a makeover? We're feeling sluggish, cranky, moody. Where do we begin?
There's lots of places to begin, and one of the things we always tell people is start anywhere in the book. Start with the diet, start with activity level, start with other lifestyle variables like getting enough sleep. All of these things are interrelated. And also, we try to give people a helpful guide of how do you deal with your doctor's appointments when you have these types of issues going on, and how can you make the best of them so that you get what you need, you get the assessments, and you get the interventions that you need.
Interesting. Okay, so I like your idea that says if I'm having stress at work, chances are it's going to seep into every other area of my life. I'm going to eat poorly, I probably won't sleep, I might be cranky to my partner. So if I want to start, say, with diet, what's the first thing that I should do?
One of the things that people often don't do is eat enough plants. Those vegetables, fruits kind of thing. So we say start getting into the groove of a more plant-based diet, because that will affect everything else. And you mentioned stress levels, and so we address stress, and stress is very important. Many women who are listening right now might not know that some of those perimenopausal symptoms that they might be struggling with can be dramatically affected by stress levels.
Interesting.
Because, and we now know why. Once the sex glands stop making some of those hormones, the adrenal gland often kicks in. It can't do that if it's overworking to secrete stress hormones. And then get this, those stress hormones like cortisol are adding to the body weight.
Interesting.
So it becomes this negative cycle.
And let's talk body weight because I know a lot of men, a lot of women, a lot of people get that extra body weight around the middle to start. How does that impact our life?
So very often women are focused on this, but you can't get men to focus on it enough. And so if you say this is increasing your risk of cardiovascular disease problems, but what many men watching may not know is that tire around the middle, it's not just an attraction thing. It actually starts to act like a gland. Remember, all of our tissue is alive and living and does things. That fat begins to secrete enzymes, one called aromatase, which converts the precious little testosterone that men have in these years into estrogen, causing feminizing effects, causing decreased libido, causing decreased mood, making workout results harder.
So it's all connected.
All connected, all interrelated.
This is interesting, and you've obviously spent years studying this, but you're helping couples with their weight, their mood, and the sex for the best years of their life, which you say the middle years can be the best years of your life.
And should be the best years. Some of those things of youth where people are struggling to get their kids off to school and establish their careers, these are the years where they can really enjoy life if they just have the right set of tools.
I love it. And of course you give those tools in the Great Life Makeover. Dr. Dan Monti, thank you so much for being
here.
Thank you. We're back with more of the 10 Show right after this.